In the year 2000, Netflix walked into Blockbuster's headquarters and offered to sell the company for $50 million. Blockbuster's CEO laughed them out of the room. 10 years later, Blockbuster filed for bankruptcy. Netflix was worth $3 billion. This is not a story about streaming. This is a story about what happens when the most powerful company in an industry refuses to believe the world is changing until it is too late. To understand the scale of this collapse, you need to understand just how dominant Blockbuster was. In 1994, Blockbuster was opening a new store every 17 hours. By 2004, it had 9,000 stores across 60 countries and 60 million registered members. It was a $9 billion company and the undisputed ruler of home entertainment. The problem it solved was real. People wanted to watch films at home. Hollywood studios controlled theatrical releases and priced VHS tapes at $80, too expensive for households to buy outright. Blockbuster became the middleman. Rent for $2. Watch tonight, return it tomorrow. The model was brilliant. Low overheads per transaction, high foot traffic, and here's the part most people forget: late fees. Late fees generated $800 million a year for Blockbuster. That wasn't a side revenue stream. It was the engine that kept the whole machine running. Meanwhile, in 1997, two men named Reed Hastings and Mark Randolph started a company in California with a simple idea. What if you could rent DVDs by mail and there were no late fees ever? The market they were entering was identical: home video rental. But their model, their costs, their relationship with the customer, completely different. The opportunity was there for anyone to see. Broadband internet was growing. DVDs were replacing VHS, and millions of American households were quietly furious about paying late fees for films they forgot to return. Netflix didn't need to invent a new market. It just needed to serve the existing one better. Netflix's early growth engine was elegantly simple and completely misunderstood by Blockbuster. The product, a subscription model. Pay a flat monthly fee, rent as many DVDs as you want, keep them as long as you like, no late fees, no queuing, no driving. A red envelope arrives at your door. You watch, you return, another one comes. The distribution, the United States Postal Service. Netflix didn't need real estate. While Blockbuster was spending millions maintaining physical stores, Netflix's warehouse costs were a fraction of that. Their biggest infrastructure investment was sorting machines and padded envelopes. The business model, subscription revenue, is predictable, compounding, and sticky. Once a customer signed up for Netflix, they rarely thought to cancel. It became ambient, like electricity. Blockbuster's model required a customer to make an active choice to rent every single week. Netflix only required one decision: subscribe, then inertia did the rest. By 2003, Netflix had 1 million subscribers. By 2005, 4 million. The growth was quiet, steady, and devastating to Blockbuster, like water slowly filling a basement. But here's what made Netflix's engine truly dangerous. They built a recommendation algorithm called Cinematch. It studied what you watched and predicted what you'd want next with startling accuracy. This wasn't just a nice feature, it was a data flywheel. Every subscriber who used Netflix made the algorithm smarter. A smarter algorithm kept subscribers longer. Longer subscribers generated more data made the algorithm smarter still. Blockbuster had no equivalent and no path to building one. Netflix was compounding. Blockbuster was static. There were 3 moments where Blockbuster could have won this war, and it failed at every single one. The first, the 2000 meeting. When Netflix came to Blockbuster with that $50 million offer, they weren't asking to be saved. They were offering Blockbuster a chance to own the future. Blockbuster's CEO John Antioco saw money losing startup with 600,000 subscribers and a DVD by mail gimmick. He passed the second Blockbuster online. By 2004, facing real pressure from Netflix, Antioco launched Blockbuster's own DVD by mail service. It was genuinely good, in some ways better than Netflix. Blockbuster offered in-store exchanges that Netflix couldn't match. At its peak, Blockbuster Online had 2 million subscribers. Here's where the story gets brutal. Blockbuster's biggest shareholder was a billionaire named Carl Icahn. Icahn hated the cost of Blockbuster Online. He waged a war against Antioco in the boardroom, eventually forcing him out. The incoming CEO, Jim Keyes, made a decision in 2007 that would seal Blockbuster's fate. He said, and this is a direct quote, "I don't see Netflix as a threat. I've been in the business 25 years. Internet movie distribution is a niche business." Keyes slashed the budget for Blockbuster Online. He eliminated the in-store exchange program that was their single competitive advantage over Netflix. He pivoted back to the physical retail model at the exact moment the internet was making physical retail irrelevant. The third missed moment, streaming. In 2007, Netflix launched its streaming service. It was basic, fewer than 1,000 titles. But Blockbuster had a chance to build its own. They chose not to. Their debt load, now over $900 million, gave them no room to invest. The window had closed. The empire was done. September 23, 2010, Blockbuster filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy with $930 million in debt. 9,000 stores, 60 million customers, 25 years of brand equity, gone. At its peak, Blockbuster had been worth $3 billion. It was acquired out of bankruptcy by Dish Network for $320 million, less than 11 cents on the dollar. Today, there is one Blockbuster store left on Earth. In Bend, Oregon, it runs as a tourist attraction. People go there to take photos. Netflix in 2024 is worth $270 billion. It has 260 million subscribers in 190 countries. It produces more original content than Hollywood's biggest studios. Who won? Netflix, completely. Who lost? Not just Blockbuster, its employees, its franchisees, the suppliers who depended on it, the communities whose high streets it anchored. The collapse of Blockbuster wasn't just a business failure. It was the erasure of an entire economic ecosystem. And it didn't have to happen. Most people tell this story as a technology story. The internet disrupted video rental. Streaming killed physical media. The better technology won. That's not what happened. Netflix was not better technology. For most of its history, it was DVD by mail. Physical discs delivered by postmen. That's not disruption through innovation. That's disruption through a better business model. What killed Blockbuster was not Netflix. What killed Blockbuster was strategic complacency, the belief that size, brand recognition, and physical infrastructure were a permanent moat. Antioco saw the threat and tried to respond. Icahn saw a cost and killed the response. Keyes saw the past and bet everything on it. 3 different decisions by 3 different men, each one compounding the damage of the last. Here is the real lesson. Every dominant business has what strategists call incumbent advantages: the existing customers, the brand, the infrastructure, the capital. These feel like armor. They are also anchors. Blockbuster's late fees generated $800 million a year. Eliminating them to compete with Netflix meant destroying a core revenue stream before you de-built the replacement. That is genuinely hard. It requires a leadership team willing to cannibalize its own business model before someone else does. Reed Hastings was willing. Blockbuster was not. The question for every business in every industry is not, are we the biggest? It's this: if our most dangerous competitors started from scratch today, with none of our costs, none of our legacy systems, none of our assumptions about how this industry works, what would they build? Because somewhere, right now, someone is building it. That is the Empire Autopsy on Netflix versus Blockbuster. I'll see you at the next dissection. A new empire dissected every week. Subscribe so you never miss one.